Matty Mock's in there. Just what are your thoughts?
I'm expecting to throw the ball all over the place and then run it, mix in the runs as well. They're a quick team, great backs, good offensive line that'll hold us and jerk us to the ground.
What's Mock like back there? I mean, is he compared to anything you faced this year?
The way we see him is he's almost like a Johnny Football, just not as developed as he is right now. He throws the ball all over the place, plays with a great amount of confidence. If you don't have good gaps, he'll take off running on pass rush.
What have you seen from their running backs? I know some of them are a bit dinged up, but they're all three kind of at the same level and kind of seem kind of interchangeable.
It seems like they just run that little speed sweep and then they're able to get vertical, able to make guys miss in the hole, and they're small. And so they're just able to shed tackles like that.
Daniel, South Carolina may or may not have done you guys any favors Saturday night with them winning that game. How do you see them coming off a loss, and how much tougher will that game be, do you think?
I think it'll be just as tough. And the way they've played all year, they've played inspired and they played with great confidence. And so we expect them to respond just like they'd won the game.
Do you guys prepare in case Franklin plays? I know he's 3 on the depth chart, but what kind of difference does he make if he's in there versus Matty Mock?
Right, we just prepare. If Franklin's in, then he's obviously will probably take off a little more and they'll run a little more QB option with him. But we really just prepare as the line to face that guy in front of us and beat him.
You guys have had a few days to kind of settle down from the Bama game. What have you learned, I guess, from that game, and what do you try to eliminate or forget about? What do you carry with you?
We just look at the mistakes and then carry on. I mean, there were so many mistakes that we made in that game that it really just didn't give a good representation of who we are. And so we just looked at why weren't we ready to play? Why didn't we come out with the right energy? Why weren't we in our gaps at the right times? And then try to take that information and move on, make sure it doesn't happen again.
Did you face Dobbs at all in practice today?
I don't know. I think we only had like 2 team periods against the offense. I just know they tell us to stay away from the quarterbacks. And so if I even get close to them, I just play on foot and just take off running.
Daniel, how big of an emphasis is the pass rush this week? And then Missouri's shown some susceptibility there. They've given up about 2 a game in SEC play. I mean, I know it's an emphasis every week, but how about any more?
I mean, we got to help our guys in the back. If we can get up there, put pressure on him, then he'll throw it up to him. And so, it's a high emphasis on it, especially coming off last week where it seems like we gave their quarterback forever to throw.
What was it? I mean, Alabama's only given up 1 sack in 5 league games. I mean, so was it just the personnel? I mean, they're as good as advertised?
That, and they did a lot of good things, so I switched it up. We had a real hard time reading run and pass on it. And then it seems like they double team one guy, then switch off and double team another. So it was really hard to get going in that. And then he was able to get rid of the ball really quick.
Before last week, did you feel like you guys had really kind of been playing well in that area against Georgia and South Carolina particularly?
Yeah, I thought we'd made a lot of progress, but I mean, there's still so many things to improve on. But I think each week we're starting to get just a little bit better, and starting to really understand what Coach Tripp wants as a D-line.
Daniel, you guys won 1 SEC game each of the last 2 years. How important is this 4-game stretch of SEC games, and what does it mean to win SEC games?
It means everything to win it, and November is really the most important month to us, what we really want to do, especially right now. And we train all off season to really get to this point where we could finish stronger than we have in the past. And so it's just time to put on film what we've worked for all year.
How meaningful are the SEC games compared to the non-conference?
Oh, really, any game's meaningful because in 20 years when I look back on it, I'll just see a win as a win. But, right now it's meaningful because it seems like the East is as wide open as anything. And so if we can go in, take one against Missouri, and then we're setting ourselves up for good things later on.
Dan, everybody's asked you about the pass game, getting after their quarterback, defending their pass. What do you see when you watch them in the run game? I mean, you guys, they got some speed, it looks like, on the outside. What do you see out of their run game?
Just like you said, they got a lot of speed. They got really good physical offensive linemen that love to get in there, play physical, play dirty a little bit. And that really opens up a lot of the gaps for the running backs to kind of speed and weave their way through.
What do you see? I know you've already talked to Josh a little bit, but what have you seen from his maturity level, and what do you expect to see from him on Saturday?
Just expecting to play great, just like I'd expect any quarterback to. I know the work they've put in since day one they've got here. and so I expect them to go out and perform.
Danny, you guys kind of after not being able to pressure the quarterback as much last week, on back to work and focusing on that the last, I guess, couple days of practice here.
Yeah, that's just really back to basic, working our hands, grabbing our pressure points, even in our takeoffs, just getting more vertical, more upfield to put stress on them.
When you look at you spoke about their team speed, do they look like an SEC speed team defensive skill positions?
Yeah, they definitely do. It's really impressive to see how much they've came from last year to this year. Really, all their players just look a lot faster than they were. But it'll be a good matchup for us.